fruitful investment strategies. And after Trump actually meeting the UAE, the UAE commit to actually invest 1.4 trillion, as you can see on the screen. And yeah, was after many threats that Trump came up with, and many other countries actually coming in and want to invest in the United States. And the European countries are being punished, and many allies of the United States are being punished. But some other countries are taking also advantages of this, like the UAE coming in to invest and bringing back the investments, the USA. So with that in focus, we're going to read this article, which comes from the Reuters, which actually the title is UAE commits to 1.4 trillion. We're not talking about billions, we're talking about trillion US investment in dollars, White House says. So the article goes on and saying, Washington, Dubai, March 21st, Reuters, the United States, Arab Emirate has committed to 10-year, 1.4 trillion investment framework in the United States after the UAE scholars met President Donald Trump this week. The White House said on Friday the framework will sustainably increase the UAE existing investment in the United States economy in AI infrastructure, semiconductors, energy, and manufacturing, the White House said in a statement. So they're not going for any investment to invest in anything, but they're investing in modern technology, in AI, in those semiconductors, energy, things that actually will bring future benefits to the UAE. And the White House did not outline how UAE investment would reach 1.4 trillion, with some of the deals unveiled as part of the framework having already been announced. The only fully new deal appeared to be an investment by the Emirate Global Aluminium in what would be the first new aluminium smelter in the United States in 30 years. The White House said, adding the plant would nearly double US domestic aluminium production. So we know that actually the United States, when it comes to steel, it's actually going through a very challenging time, and thus it wants actually a country that can invest in this. And with this being said, the UAE steps in the gap to actually come and help the USA produce more aluminium. It says developing a primary aluminium smelter in the United States has been part of the EGA ambitions for several years, a spokesperson for the firm said in a statement. The UAE, an oil producer and long-term security partner of the USA, is looking to deepen investment ties with Washington and is emerging as a global leader in AI. One of the sectors it is betting on to diversify its economy away from energy. In September, the UAE President Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan met former US President Joe Biden in the first visit of UAE President to the White House, as the two leaders discussed deepening cooperation in areas such as AI, investment in space exploration. Gulf sovereign wealth funds, including Abu Dhabi's 330 billion Mubadala, are already big in US investors, and Trump and his family have business ties to the region. Overall, his meeting, Trump in January asked Saudi Arabia to spend upward of 1 trillion in US economy over 4 years, including purchases of military equipment, and said this month he likely would make his first trip abroad to the Gulf country to seal an investment agreement. So you see, Trump, when it comes to money, he's not joking. So he has asked actually Saudi Arabia to invest 1 trillion in the US economy. So That's what Trump wants money, so he gets where he wants it. The deal, which would happen between this month or the next, would come at the time when Saudi Arabia, the Arab world's biggest economy, has been taking a more prominent role in US foreign policy. The Gulf country is set to host diplomatic talks around Ukraine involving the United States and Russia next week. The White House said on Friday the UAE agreement resulted from a meeting that Trump held on Tuesday with National Security Advisor Sheikh Tahnoun bin Zayed Al Nahyan in the Oval Office, and a dinner that Vice President J.D. Vance and several cabinet members held with UAE delegation, which included the heads of major UAE sovereign wealth funds and corporations. So you can see that so things have been actually happening in the corridors, and Trump has been actually not blackmailing, but really forcing these nations to invest in his country. 1.4 trillion, that's a lot of money. Among the tie-ups highlighted on Friday was partnership between the UAE sovereign wealth funds, ADQ, which is cleared by Sheikh Tahoun, and US private equity firm Energy Capital Partner for 25 billion US dollars. Focus initiative to invest in energy infrastructure and data centers that had been previously announced 2 days ago. A commitment by XRG, the international investment arm of UAE state-owned company ADNOC, launched in November to support US natural gas production and exports with an investment in the next decade liquefied natural gas export facility in Texas had previously been made publicly last year by ADNOC under Biden. So you see, the United States is all about money and nothing else. So please make sure that you subscribe, you like this video, and you share. See you on the next one.